Can y'all hear me? Well, let's work. Power to the people. We back to do maintenance. Yeah, yeah. We go rock like crack when he came in. You gonna love it. Good evening, and welcome to Macon's Minute. I'm your host, Tony Anthony Macon, here to entertain and somewhat enlighten you. Tonight's subject, Donald Trump. Teflon Don. Has he really just lost his shit? Or is this strategic? He just don't give a fuck about anyone. Also, got a few other subjects to really go into. This here is just like a refresher show. I'm back. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step two. Well, I can explain that a little bit. Part of me had to get some things in order as far as business-wise. I am now at a new radio station. So, during that process, I was kind of chill, fell back for a moment. Also, got my camera back. Probably looks better today. Looks beautiful. This is outside of the bad lighting. This video should come in really clear. But another thing too was YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's a bitch, man. YouTube took down two of my videos. Two of my videos that did really, really good numbers. They flagged. I got flagged on another video. So like when you get flagged, you go through this 3-month period where you don't want to get another flag, because if you get too many flags, they'll shut your channel down. Not only that, I think I'm gonna stop doing the editing to the videos, because YouTube, well, not just YouTube, but like if I put like a small clip, I could put a 5-second clip in my video, and it'll get copyright infringement placed against it, in which if I make any money off that video, they will actually demonetize it, or no, actually they will take funds. Whoever put the copyright on it, they'll take the funds from it. So it was a little discouraging with all those factors, and kind of the reason why I haven't done a video in a while. But yeah, like one of the videos, like I said, I posted a video of a fight that happened. The video got flagged, but I also did a commentary on the fight, and both videos reached 31,000. The other one was climbing. It was at about a good 6,000 or 7,000 views, and for me, like, shit, hell, it was great to have so many views at the channel, because after you get so many watched hours, that's when you can monetize your videos. And then, YouTube flagged it, pulled the videos, and lost. It takes away from my count of watch time, so I'm unable to monetize the videos as I was doing prior to. So, yeah, it is what it is. It sucks, but neither here nor there. Let's talk about the show. Let's talk about things that are going on in the news. A lot of shit, man. A lot of stuff. Let's go right into it. Donald Trump. So Donald Trump, president, number 45, recently had the Clemson Tigers, national champs, national NCAA football champs, visit the White House. It's still roll tide. Salute to Alabama. But Clemson, ran through Alabama, like diarrhea. They completely kicked their ass. And they earned themselves a championship and a visit to the White House. Now, there's been a lot of controversy lately regarding White House visits by sports champions. Golden State Warriors said, fuck out of here, Donald. They didn't make their trip to the White House after they won a championship. Who else? You had guys when the Patriots won. You had guys decided, you know what? Hey, fuck out of here, Donald Trump. We don't want to come see you. We're not coming. But you had other guys that visited that were on that team. But you had some guys that said, you know what? Look, we're not fucking with Donald. Not going. So it was, when Clemson won. Now that we're 2 years into the president's term, how fast this shit went. 2 years. This guy's been president 2 years. Some people, I didn't really think anything of it when, they were talking about visiting the White House. It just didn't even, now it doesn't even cross your mind. A lot of things are starting to stop, and we need to stay on code. We need to stay vigilant to some of these things as far as standing for what we believe in. Because I'm pretty sure there's a few guys probably on that Clemson team who probably wasn't trying to fuck with the president for real. But a lot of that shit you forget about, right? You forget about that type of shit. Some of them, maybe, hell, you don't want to lose a scholarship. That college may look at you differently if you decide to be the one who's militant and decide, hey, I'm not fucking with Donald, so I'm not going up there. But we found out one of the reasons. Donald gave us more reasons to why people ain't fucking with him. These young men did the damn thing. Won a national championship. There one time where they should be treated like royalty. Win a little championship. You're feeling good about yourself. And you go into someone's home. They invite you over. And you're expecting typically a good time and good food, good drinks. And you show up. And when you get there, there's fast food. Big Macs, Whoppers, pizza. This is your formal dinner. You dressed up, you put on your nice little tie, collar shirt, and you come into pizza and cheeseburgers. These are some of the reasons why people ain't fucking with you, Donald. It's things like this, man. Could we not have done better? You're a businessman. I know there's a government shutdown. Maybe, the normal things that typically happen during those visits. The people that usually cater for these events weren't available. It's your business, man. Pretty sure you're not eating that type of food when you have company over. Am I right or wrong? I mean, maybe every now and then you may have a cheeseburger, but you have restaurants where there's chefs that you pay that could have actually came to the White House and cooked for these young men. Just the disrespect. Donald Trump does things that's like straight out of a movie. It's almost as if he's purposely doing certain shit. Like, can he be that idiotic? Or is there some type, I mean, like, I think there has to be some type of method behind his madness. I don't know. It's almost like he purposely does certain shit just to see what type of rise he can get out of the people. We're on a real life reality show starring Donald Trump. It's quite fucking hilarious if you ask me. You know, it was almost funny. It was like I let my guard down for a little bit. You know, I didn't give a shit about Donald Trump at all. Like, someone asked me recently about that. They said, hey, man, what do you think about Donald Trump? And I laughed because, you know, I have my views as far as who really runs the country and so forth. So I don't really think too much to care about his antics and a lot of shit he does. It really doesn't bother me. I know it affects us all, either directly or indirectly. But being conscious of what's going on is one thing, which I've always stayed. Devoting energy to caring about it is another thing I tried not to do. And like I said, I let my guard down by doing so. Because I actually was sitting there one day and I was getting gas. I looked, I said gas is $1.92. I was like, this is crazy. I looked at my bank account and I noticed that I had more cash in it that day than I had 4 years prior. Now, granted, I also have come a long way since 4 years prior, but I was just thinking about, you know, the place I was in during that day. This was only like a few months ago, a month or two ago. And thought about other things going on in the world. And I was thinking to myself, you know, life isn't bad. And subconsciously, I was thinking to myself, well, I guess I wouldn't say Donald isn't bad, but I was like, who cares if Donald Trump's in office? Hopefully we're smart enough to get rid of this dude come 2 years from now. And as I let my guard down, next thing I know, the government shut down. That type of power. Now, I don't really see him being the all over a wall too. I really don't see him. I see him being the spokesperson for whatever this is going on. But the fact that he's our spokesperson, United States spokesperson, speaks volumes. So what are we going to do? Me, myself, I have no real answer. What's going on in politics right now? Who's going to oppose this guy? Or is it just the country we live in is just so wicked, which it has been for years on years, centuries on centuries? Do we even, will it get better? Is there a United States of America savior? Only time will tell. In other news, this has been a really crazy week. I didn't really want to talk about R. Kelly and all this shit that's going on, but I was skimming through some stuff earlier today and had heard Gloria Allred is on the case for R. Kelly for his victims. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen The Surviving R. Kelly. Me, myself, I have not. I don't plan on watching it. I can give a shit about R. Kelly. I always thought he was a fucking weirdo. The one thing everybody can't deny is that he actually fucking made hits. As I got older, I kind of like changed my attitude as how I felt about R. Kelly. Because like I said, first it was more like I just always, I mean, I've always thought he was a weirdo, but I was like, shit, toot, beat, running my hands through my fro. That shit was like fresh to me back in the day, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like good music. But as I got older, I don't know if I guess all that played a factor to who he was, kind of played a factor into me saying, you know what, I don't really fuck with this guy. I just don't. So it was strange to me that there was a docuseries that was put out to kind of like further bring awareness to this guy, as if like people didn't know already. Let me sip on that. My thing is, if we're gonna be snapping on R. Kelly and we're trying to bring him down, let's bring all of them down, everyone. We're gonna look up 5 to 10 years from now, and Harvey Weinstein is going to be completely away from the news and living somewhere in hiding, in which people have already forgotten about him, and he gets to continue living his life as he wants to. There's a bunch of other men that we can say things that they did that they still continue to call great even after they passed. Elvis Presley, and we know about his encounter with a young woman. Jerry Lee Lewis, and the list goes on. Now they want to do a documentary on Michael Jackson. How about we do a documentary on the Catholic priests? I mean, it's a lot of people y'all can attack and go after. So for me to sit here and being all up in rage about R. Kelly, it just wasn't on my agenda. Because I never ever supported the guy. Like I said, even with the whole toot toot beep beep song, I didn't give a shit. I didn't purchase it. It was downloaded off LimeWire. But it wasn't something that I was banging in a whip. Like I said, I always thought he was a fucking weirdo. Now, what caught me off guard was the fact that one of the accusers says she received a threatening letter from R. Kelly. And I said, he admitted that he can't write, can't read. That motherfucker ain't sending out threatening letters. He's an idiot. He can't. Nah, I'm joking. But he could write. He could obviously have somebody write something for him. But he's supposedly suing Lifetime, and which, in all actuality, I agree with. Shit. Fuck it. They're not doing any stories on anyone else. If you feel like they defamed your character and the shit that they put out there wasn't facts, take their head off. Get them for all their money. And I don't really see them doing more than anything other than exploiting the black man. Exploit everyone. That's what I want to see. I feel like in this day and time, there's an agenda to make the black man the face of certain things. They're trying to make him the face of the sexual assaulter, in a sense. Took down Bill Cosby. Now it's R. Kelly. Now it's Michael Jackson. It's like it'll be the period of time in which the Me Too movement strongly took down famous black artists or comedians or entertainers. Yet for years and upon years, it has been the white male entertainer who's been in power, who has been synonymous with some type of sexual predatorial activity towards women and minors. So let's not try to make this one-sided. If you go after R, you got to go after everybody. If you go put Bill Cosby away, I want to see everybody gone. Which also brings me to because I also thought about it's almost like not only are they stopping there, but if you notice in the media, there was a whole ass writer here in Detroit for Detroit News, Nolan Finley, oh bitch ass nigga, who wrote an article trying to make black people the face of racism. LeBron James recently posted a lyric from a 21 Savage song, which gave props to the Jewish community for having a wealthy way of living. Yet somehow that was flipped into being anti-Semitic, as if it was a racist comment. Yeah, the bullshit. And Nolan Finley, a writer for the Detroit News, had the nerve to fucking headline that as if like black people are the new face of racism. Yeah. Sucker shit. And so, like, you know, it makes me feel like it's like the narrative is trying to be thrown in a different direction, in which we all know. We all know who the face of racism is. Come on, man. We all know. It was racist of Nolan Finley to write that article. The white male that he is. Like I said, we all know who the face of racism is. Moving along. Damn, there's so much going on, man. I don't even know if I can get to all this shit. Yeah, fuck it. Let's listen. Maybe I'll chop this up. Who knows? Oh, just recently, before I got before I turned this on, I was listening to people talk about the man, David Stephen Bell, who punched the teenage girl and Black Mountain, North Carolina, at the Asheville Mall. called her a teenage girl. My mistake. The 11-year-old child he punched at the mall. And people were talking about this. I'm listening to it. But what happened was, allegedly, they were harassing a woman. And, allegedly it was a group of girls harassing a woman. Stephen Bell approached the girls to kind of de-escalate the situation. They got to arguing with him. Someone pushed him in the back. He turned around. He pushed an 11-year-old girl. She walked towards him, charged up to walk towards him. He's 6'5", 250 pounds. She was all of maybe 5'2", 110 pounds, if that. And he cocked back and hit her with a right hand. Hook. Boom. Laid her out. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of hitting a child under 12 years old and 2 counts of assault on a woman, on a female. But I was actually listening to someone talking, and they tried to put all the blame on the girl. Let's dissect this just a little bit. All right. Grown-ass man is at a mall, comes out. He sees a teens harassing someone, right? Is there danger? That's the first thing that needs to be assessed. Is this person in danger? This person isn't in danger, but you feel like there could possibly be a chance that danger may occur. Go get mall security, because you're not the mall security. Go get the cops, because you're not a cop. Call someone. Mind your business. Don't intervene. Now, if you decide to intervene, please have the ability to be able to talk these people out of the situation. Calm the situation. Don't come in all gung-ho as if like they're supposed to just stop because the white authority figure who has no authority pops in and tells them to stop. He punched the girl and then said he felt threatened. He feared for his safety. Yeah. Okay. Now, some people was trying to justify it by saying, she shouldn't have been so aggressive towards him. Yeah, well, how aggressive can an 11-year-old girl be towards a man anyway? 6'5", 250-pound man who could knock an 11-year-old girl out with one blow. How aggressive can that 11-year-old be? Someone please tell me. Because what I saw was a man who knows he has privilege step into a situation and punch a little girl. There'd be no way in hell that you would see me step into a situation where there's some little girls being unruly, allegedly unruly, and I would just be like, the first thing I'm gonna do is haul off and punch one of these little girls. I know my one punch could kill a little girl. Yeah, I mean, I should. I'm a strong guy. Boom. Look at it. Look at it. Oh shit. Nah, but I wouldn't do. But that's why I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't punch no little girl, man. Somebody need to punch him severely. I think it was real sucker shit, and it hurts me to hear not only men speak on it as if, you know, he had to do what he had to do, but it hurts me to hear a black man speak on it and say he had to do what he had to do, kind of a situation. She need home training. To a point, I agree with the fact that maybe the young girl was in a situation where she shouldn't have been so, I guess, brash in a sense of even wanting to fight. I just don't, there's no way in hell I can agree with him putting hands on her, though. It's just not, it's just, how? I would think maybe, yeah, okay, this is a teaching moment for her. She did, shit, got hands put on her. What were you doing in that situation? You got to make sure the situation doesn't happen again, but same time, oh no, baby, you playing victim. You are the victim. You got punched by a man who had nothing to do with anything. He should not have been in that situation. Point blank, period. Moving along. So much going on here. I think I'm going to save some of this for tomorrow, and we'll be back on here tomorrow. Do want to talk about the Spiderman trailer that dropped today. I hope you caught that Spiderman trailer. I'm so geeked right now. I fucking love Marvel. Marvel dropped trailers and I just be hyped, man. I think he's gonna be facing the Elementals, but he also has Mysterio in the movie. It's just gonna be hype, man. Marvel is doing the damn thing. We got Captain Marvel coming out in March. We got Avengers Endgame coming out in April. I can't wait for that shit. After Avengers Endgame, then that's when Spider-Man drops. You still got other shit that's gonna drop. Black Panther 2. Disney and Marvel has now got the rights to X-Men. So we're gonna be able to see, after they finish their X-Men, Fox Studios finish their X-Men, we're gonna see another edition of the X-Men's done the right way. Even though the other X-Men Fox did X-Men pretty good. They fucking sucked at Fantastic Four, but they did X-Men righteous. But I can only imagine how much better it's going to be under Marvel and Disney's wing. How they're going to create the Russo brothers, how they're going to really get this shit popping. I can't wait. I'm excited, super excited. I had said something like a few years ago to myself. Yeah, I talk to myself sometimes. And I was like, you know, the one thing, two things I really just want in my lifetime right now. I want to see Avengers Infinity War and then Avengers Endgame. Give me those two. I need to see what happens with the Infinity Gauntlet. I need to see what goes on before my life is done. Now, I won't feel like I've accomplished everything after I see Endgame in April, but it'll be something I'm able to knock off the bucket list. And that's special. That's really special. Speaking of movies and shit like that, Netflix raises prices. Yeah, Netflix raises prices. kind of saw that coming, man. You know, they had to. You got to compete. Everybody out here getting this money. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, so many Netflix accounts out there where there's 8 different people on the account. I think like the max you can have is 4 maybe or something like that. And you can have 4 people on the account watching at the same time or so forth. I pay for that right now. It's $13.99. That's going up to $15.99. And all the other ones are like the regular account. I think it was like $7.99. It's going up to $8.99. And then like it was another where you can have 2 people watching. That's going up from $9.99 to like $11.99 or whatnot. And, hey man, I think they probably realized they could have made more money off their subscriptions when Bird Box was popping the way it was popping. Yeah, Bird Box. Somehow everybody fucked around and watched that movie. It was so crazy too. Was I remember when it first dropped and I was like, Bird Box. I was like, shit looks whack. Sandra Bullock. I'm not fucking with it. And then a day later, it's like my whole Facebook timeline is filled with everyone talking about Bird Box. So I'm like, shit. I'm still not watching it. Fuck out of here. Sandra Bullock ain't shit. And then it's just like, next thing you know, you're sitting in front of the TV and it's like, So, hey, you wanna watch Bird Box? Yeah? Hey, well, let's watch Bird Box. And yeah, I watched this shit. And from what I know, damn near everybody I know have watched it. You know, it wasn't that fucking great to me. It was, I would probably give it, I'd probably give it like 3 out of 5 barcode 300 heads. But that's it. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. It was cool. It was, well, for what it was. Kind of got dry towards the end. I felt like, you know, it could have condensed the movie a little bit. Somehow, somewhere, they could have dropped some shit out of the movie to kind of pull a little closer together, because I did kind of get bored towards the end, and I was just sitting there at that point like, well, I'm only watching it just to see what the ending is, you know? I thought maybe like they would defeat somebody in the end, and no, they just escaped, which I think is whack. I mean, I guess it leaves it open for a sequel, or not really, but like, I always feel like, you know, there has to be a defeat. Someone has to die in the end, like someone has to win. If there's nobody that wins, the movie just ends whack to me. So it kind of had that I Am Legend kind of ending. Was it I Am Legend, or what's another one of those apocalyptic movies? Fucking Book of Eli type of endings, you know what I mean? So yeah. Now what would have been cool is if I could have watched it on the wall. Someone says, what's the wall? The wall is the new 270-inch TV that is being put out in production or whatnot. It's a TV that is 270 inches. I don't even know what I could do with that type of TV. I guess, like, you gotta be, like, that type of TV is like rich folks, I guess, in a sense. Because, like, what do you need that much TV for? You have to, like, you can't sit too close to that type of TV. You have to sit at a far distance. So if I had that type of TV, I don't think in this place I'm in right now would be suitable, because it would take up the whole wall over. It would take up a lot of that wall over there. And from the couch to the TV, just not enough room. So yeah, 270-inch TV, that's rich nigga shit. Rich nigga shit. I'm not a rich nigga. That's rich nigga shit. If I ever became a rich nigga, I would buy a 270-inch TV just to be like, it's like, why'd you buy a 270-inch TV? Rich nigga shit. You wouldn't understand. Blue Swift in the building. Blue Swift. I don't know if I told you. Blue Swift is in the building. This shit is the shit, man. Blue Swift is probably just one of the smoothest liquors right now to me. I have to see if it goes along with my diet plan. I think I was looking at the keto diet. The keto diet, they did have like a list of liquors you could drink. Maybe I should do the keto diet. That if I can continue to drink liquor while a diet, that'd be awesome. But you know, I just show must go on, so that's why I'm drinking right now. I got time, man. Fuck it, we gonna make this a long show today. Let's go. Anybody see Soulja Boy barking on niggas? Young Soulja was barking on niggas. Soulja Boy, tell him, you watch me, crack that Soulja. Hey, watch me, you. Soulja Boy barking on niggas. I just can't wait for him to pull out the purple Draco. Let's go, Soulja. Soulja. I don't know what his rant was about. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it all the way through. I just heard him yelling at Tiger about not disrespecting Birdman or some shit, and Soulja having the hottest year. He had the hottest year, 2018. Kind of disagree with him if, like, you know, if he's comparing himself to Tiger. Tiger did have two hot songs that were banging. Everybody, that beat is like I probably will sing that for the rest of the night. I'm just gonna be slaying in bed. But yeah, like he Tiger did his thing last year. I don't know why he's mad at Tiger, but he was talking about something about a $4.9 million house, and all I can remember, and I don't even know if this was last year. I think it was the year before. Was it 2018 that Soulja had that beef with Chris Brown? Like, whatever happened with that? Why didn't we get somebody to fight somebody? I mean, he was yelling on Pyru. He had the red Scully on. He was out in Compton, and a nigga ran up on Soulja, asked him what he was filming in, and he damn near whooped on Soulja's ass. And I don't know, man. I don't know if this was the same year with the Soulja. Was 2018 the same year when Soulja Boy had the story about him having the guns and shooting at somebody in the house? Like, Soulja, what? Now that I think about it, man, I was entertained by your video for the little bit that I watched and how you was barking on niggas, but damn, yeah, like, what the fuck? What for? Like, yeah, what did you do last year? I think there's some TV show he's supposed to be on coming up. That's this year, not last year. Maybe he was behind. Maybe he was behind the scenes. I'll give him that. He's behind the scenes, possibly. Who knows? Fuck out of here, Soulja Boy. Fuck you talking about, man. Oh, this is what I do want to touch on. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this last thing and I'm getting out of here. Because I'm gonna see if I can get Myron to do this one with me, but I do want to talk about the Gillette commercial. If you haven't seen the Gillette commercial, please watch it. Because I may go into really in depth into it, but just to give a little bit about it, Gillette commercial. It's a commercial where they break down sexism in males, the toxic masculinity of men being told not to be emotional, and also so sexist and so forth. In the commercial, there's things where this is a Gillette commercial. It starts off with its old slogan of the best a man can get, in which like the guy shaves his face, his woman walks in, kisses him on the cheek, and it says Gillette, the best a man could get, whatnot. And so from there it kind of stops and it just goes into this whole like uh, social awareness type of deal, in which it shows like different scenarios. Like it shows two little boys getting into a fight and wrestling on the ground, and then like there's a bunch of guys who are barbecuing, who's watching the two little boys get into it and wrestle on the ground, and they yell, "Oh, boys will be boys." And then like after that, you get like a guy at like a business meeting over talking a woman. You also get there. What else is in the video? Oh, they show bullying. Then there is like men objectifying women and so forth, right? So their whole thing is a breakdown of trying to say, you know, we have to get rid of that type of man in the future or whatnot. The man who's a chauvinist, who's in this day and age, like I said, we were talking about it earlier with the predatorial man who, in which certain things wouldn't have been looked at as, I would say, some type of sexual assault, or not even just sexual assault, even less than that, but just inappropriate behavior that is now, that it used to be the norm then, and now that inappropriate behavior is not. It's kind of it's given like an awareness to it in this commercial. Now the uproar in this commercial about this commercial is it comes down to, yeah, I'm really glad to go into this one. I have a panel for this, but the uproar about this is it what is okay, I guess, in a sense, because the commercial, when it dropped on YouTube, it had like, I think like 160 something thousand likes, but it had 287,000 dislikes. And there were people in the comment, mainly men, in the comment section that were saying, "Oh, I'm not using Gillette ever anymore. This commercial is making me throw all my razors out." And that reminded me of like the Nike commercial when they backed Colin Kaepernick, and all the white guys are, "Oh, fuck this, I'm burning my Nikes," and it was like the generic ass Nikes, shit they already bought anyway. But you know, and then like all of a sudden, boom, Nike stock started to rise. Now with Gillette, I don't think that they would have that same effect, because at the end of the day, who uses well, I guess women maybe use it to shave their legs or whatnot. That's appropriate, right? I can say that. I don't know. I mean, you know, we're in this type of world where it is hard to say anything I want to say, right? So with that being said, let's talk about it. Fuck it, let's go there. I'm gonna talk about it right now. But yeah, it was a lot of guys who got upset about it. They made a lot of comments of what made them upset. Now, I understand where the commercial is coming from. I'm a person who I think they covered a lot of good things in that commercial. The thing is people had this feeling that it boxed men in and said that like it was an attack on masculine man, in a sense where everything nowadays seems as if like it's just like men can't be men, and or it also, you had other people who felt the way like as if like there was it was generalizing men in general and just making it seem like all men are like this. What I got from the commercial, I didn't get any of that. However, I do feel like there is an attack on the straight masculine man, because there was one of the things about how men should be able to show their emotions or whatnot, and you know, like the whole crying thing aspect of like, men, do our boys allowed to cry, or men cry, do men cry? I remember when I was a kid, I was always told that men don't cry. You know what I mean? Boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. And as a kid, as I got older, I understood what my people meant when they were telling me that boys don't cry. They meant it in the sense of, yeah, you can't be a cry baby. Crying is an emotion, is a natural emotion. Being sad, being angry, all those are just emotions that we have because we are humans. But as a man, I think you you can turn yourself into a beta male by being a crybaby. And I think that's where it really kind of cuts into. Um, a lot of the attacks that are like, I'm saying attacks, and then I fuck it. I do think there is attack on the straight man. Um, and I think that comes from the fact that the attack is coming from women who are telling men how to be men. And there's a lot of beta males out there who are okay with this. So the alpha male is in a sense becoming extinct. It's like they're trying to get rid of us. That's why I do. I don't feel like the Gillette commercial was going that route. I'm also not a man who has those thoughts in which, like, if I had a son, I will, like, if my son cries, you have to. There's always a black saying that it was stop all that crying. I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Because there's crying and then there's just pouting and being a spoiled fucking brat. So you have to understand the difference. And I felt like as a kid, I was taught that difference. It wasn't like I was, I don't really feel like I was taught that crying was a weak emotion. And I think some people take it that way when they're taught that they shouldn't be crying all the time. I don't really see it as a weak emotion. I was never felt that it was a weak emotion. However, I do feel like there's just certain shit you shouldn't cry about. You have to suck it up and be a man about it. Yeah, I'm gonna really go into this one deeper. I'm gonna do a show, probably. I'm gonna title it "The Attack on Male Masculinity." I really want to talk about this, so I'm gonna get into that one. Let's see. Oh yeah, before I get out of here, let me touch on this subject. Because tomorrow's show, I'm gonna talk about the Big Boy and Travis Scott Super Bowl, them performing at the Super Bowl. I'm also gonna talk about Robert Schellenberg. Yeah, that is a hell of a story. I'm going to that. Also, the man who spoke on the news reporter, the weatherman who called Martin Luther King Park, Martin Luther Coon Park. We'll talk about that one as well. But before I get out of here, let's real quickly talk about an update to the transgender that was in the GameStop. For those of you who don't know, the transgender that was in the GameStop, who got upset with the boy, the young man that was working the register, who was helping, I guess I got to be politically correct here, her out. Well, there was an update on her. The transgender Hollywood Hulk Hogan looking motherfucker. She got upset because the young man behind the counter referred to her as a him multiple times. Now, she spoke out about it, and had this whole thing about where she would do everything she did again. And I don't know if you saw the video. If you haven't seen the video, please look this video up. Hollywood Hogan, she acted a whole fucking fool up in the Gamestop. She kicked over shit. I am not a man. You keep calling me a him. I am a her. Now see, this is the issue. This is where we come into the issue. It's you're using that voice. If you don't, I mean, that voice is a motherfucker. That voice is tough as shit. That voice has so much aggression in it. And you also offered him to go outside to fight. I mean, I don't want to put gender roles on anything, but usually when someone asks someone to step outside, it's usually a man who says, step outside so we can scrap. Well, sir, ma'am, you did that. You asked him to step outside to fight because you felt like he was confusing what you were. There's an old saying. If his mother called him that, I'ma call him that. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, it's like I've seen some transgenders that actually looked and acted like ladies. To be honest, because they looked and acted like ladies, or just because their mannerisms are so woman-like, I would, hey, fuck it. You are a she. That's what you want to be. That's where you go be. But it's kind of hard for a young male to call you a her when you was acting like Hollywood Hulk Hogan the whole time. You aggressively came in to return a game. I'm assuming you weren't going to get the money you thought you were going to get for it. And you became irate. You want to say that you became irate and called it I think it was like hate gender, something crazy like that or whatever. Oh, you were being misgendered. Are we just in a world where we just making shit up now, man? Oh my goodness. I said misgendered. Are we in a world where we're making up just like new shit? We can make up shit as we go. Fuck that. You know what? I'm doing all that from now on. When I go into places, I'm just making up shit and I'm like, I'm gonna have to get people behind me. I'm gonna get a Twitter fucking organization behind me, and we're gonna start being like, it's gonna be called like, I'm bringing No Ma'am back. Remember I was just talking about the attack on masculinity? No Ma'am is coming back. I'm gonna get my nigga Al Bundy to fund it, and we rocking. No Ma'am is coming back. We're tired of being treated like second-class citizens. The alpha male is under attack. We're endangered. We're like the dodo bird. We need help and we need support. No Ma'am is coming back. I'm about to spearhead it. Anytime I'm hashtagging No Ma'am everything. If I go into a place and I feel like they like not misgendered but miss alpha mailed me, then like I'm a have problems, and I'm suing everybody. See how crazy that fucking sounds? That's how fucking crazy it sounds for this motherfucking Hulk Hogan to be so pissed at that young boy. Motherfucker was dressed like he was straight. You know what? I'm done. All right. Appreciate it. If you actually made it to this far in the video, thank you. I will be back with more content tomorrow. Good evening.